My dad wasn't really a big fan of comics, so I had a neighbor who used to have all these books. So I remember doing homework, helping her out, in return getting those books. And I was hungry, so I was launched like hungry for books. I would finish books so fast that I will quickly go for the next book. Today I'm in a bookstore and I don't know about you guys, but I love books. I breathe books, if that's even allowed to do. And this smell of old books, it's just fascinating. But yeah, I think the people don't realize how powerful books can be and how much books can make a difference in somebody's childhood. When I was a kid, I think one of my first gift ever was a book. Appa gave me a book, and he always flooded the house with books. He loves reading books, so he wanted me to get into the same habit of reading books. And it's not even about text. It's not about what I could read. I just like the idea of escaping in a different world. It's just beautiful. Somebody reading books to you. It's one of those amazing things about books. But yeah, as I grew slowly, I was just hungry for books. And I just couldn't find enough books. So I remember I used to be a huge comic fan. Huge. I mean, this is all English, but I used to love Hindi, like Pinky, Billu, Tata Chaudhary. These were all like big hits. And I couldn't have, although a lot of people tell me this, that books are dead. Nobody's going to read books anymore. It's all over. I don't think so. That's true. Even when I was growing up, not everybody loved books. I remember always looking for public libraries, always looking for libraries to go sit there because we couldn't buy all these books. Who can buy all these? So I don't think so. The problem is like nobody's going to read books. Problem is we don't have it as part of our lives, our daily lives. Like, do you have a time schedule for just reading books? Why do we read books? What does book fulfill a purpose in your life? And those are questions that somebody has to plan for us. Like my father, Appa, when he introduced the books, he was very clear. You have to work on vocabulary, grammar. You have to learn more words. He was obsessed. So I had a book and I had a dictionary. I was always flipping. And over time, I really picked up a lot of words. But that was the last time I ever got new words because I was reading books. In the last 5, 6 years, I've stopped reading books. In terms of when I say reading book, it's a method. I have a book on one side, I have a paper pen on one side, and then I have a dictionary, these three processes. And I'm writing notes in one book and then picking up words from the dictionary in another step. So it's a whole process which is somehow lost in my daily life, or we don't have a space for it. I know a lot of great authors, writers like Dostoevsky or Akira Kurosawa, the famous Japanese director. They all had this obsession with taking notes from books they would read. So if Kurosawa was reading Dostoevsky, he had a whole notebook of just writing notes. And then later those notebooks would become something. So, all these way of ensuring that books come back into your life. I even used to cherish the concept of people reading books to each other. So, for example, this is a book, The 20th Century, The Way We Lived. And if I want you to know something interesting from this book, I should technically be reading to you like a storyteller. So, for example, I randomly opened this page, and here it talks about a place to stay in England, somewhere in 1928. Something to do with history of hotels. Now imagine, completely started a new whole world for you. So that's the power of books. It can transport you into a different world, and it has so many people coming into different places. Now look at all these amazing books. It's literally traveling from one world to another world, from 19th to 20th, 21st century, and it's kind of really beautiful what books do to you. Even right now, I'm surrounded by people, young people, old people who are picking up books. There's never an age. But yeah, one of the things that we can all do is, at least for now, is schedule a book in the week. Schedule a book in a day. Keep at least 30 minutes for reading. Because, I know music is a great way to escape. I know hanging out with friends is a great way to escape. But there's another way, which is book. This is hardbound. Not just Kindle, not just Amazon, but just hardbound books. You can really take you away into another world. So tell me in the comment section which has been that book for you. Any book that, changed your life. Any book that made you transfer to a different world and you still cherish it. I would love to read those books that you comment.